Different scenarios and important moments in the game last night. The one that just jumps out to me is if the refs don't overturn that Kevin Durant-LeBron collision, which was initially called charging by Durant and they overturned it, then LeBron and the Cavs would have the ball with a 2-point lead. That, to me, was the game. And it is remarkable to me. In the NFL, they want irrefutable evidence to overturn calls. This doesn't look irrefutable. Doug Gottlieb and I disagree. Steve Javie and the refs disagree. This is not one of those, foot on the line, out of bounds, foot not on the line, inbounds. This is a pass interference call that we can argue before the replay and after the replay. That's why the NFL doesn't allow it. I think the NBA butchered that last night. Jason Whitlock was on earlier today, and he felt even more strongly than I do.
They changed the course of history last night. It's an embarrassment. I don't know if Adam Silver and these guys will be able to clean it up. They need to change that damn rule, and we should never be sitting in a position where a judgment call gets changed in the moment in the NBA Finals when we've never seen it before. This hurt me. It hurt my respect for the NBA. I've got a 15-year investment in watching LeBron James try to get Michael Jordan, and they just stole it from me and stole it from all of us.
Yeah, I just think that the NBA butchered it. They butchered it. That would be akin to a Super Bowl game going to a replay on pass interference that was fuzzy going in, and even after replay, we were all arguing about it. I mean, you can say to yourself, you think that's a block or that's – you can, but you do know if I put 100 guys in the room – we're going to get a 50-50 split. You put 100 refs in the NBA on that pre- and post-replay, you're going to get a split. Steve Javie's like, I like it. That's the point on it. It doesn't matter what you think. It's that if you put 100 people in a room, you get a 50-50 split. That makes it a judgment call. I don't like it at all. Let me shift to this, though. Here's what I don't want to hear. Listen, man, I don't want to hear that LeBron James passed the ball at the end of the game. Listen, you have to – LeBron now has shifted. Early in his career, first 6 or 7 years, I had no problem people saying, LeBron passes too much at the end of the game. I didn't have a problem with it. Then there was 4 or 5 years, there were I was getting kind of tired of that argument, but there was still an occasionally legitimate argument. We're way past that now. LeBron takes the big shots at the end of games. You have to go to last year's playoffs to remember the last time LeBron didn't take the shot at the end of the game. In fact, he's got 2 buzzer beaters, which is more than Kobe Bryant had in his entire career. LeBron's already got 2 buzzer beaters in these playoffs. That was the right basketball play. George Hill is not some 7-footer with bad hands who can't hit a free throw. George Hill's the point guard. He's a veteran. He's the best free throw shooter, I believe, on the Cavs roster. He was open. He made a great cut. Klay Thompson wasn't looking and was holding. That was a really smart basketball play. And again, LeBron's smart enough. LeBron knows it's George Hill. Tristan Thompson, you maybe don't make that throw. You don't trust him at the free throw line. You maybe don't make that throw with a big. LeBron's like, okay, I got 51. I want to shoot it. Oh, George Hill's open. Boom, let's make the pass. Again, Tom Brady late in the game is going to throw to sure-handed wide receivers. That's what you should do. Quarterbacks know, who do I trust late? Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, no drops. If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm not throwing to Jimmy Graham late. He has the drops. Okay, that is LeBron trusting a really dependable veteran guy who is open, who cut, and is great at the free throw line. And also Richard Jefferson, who's a friend of LeBron and played with him last year. Richard Jefferson came on our show earlier, and he said, listen, man, LeBron's evolved. He was too pass-heavy. Now he's a closer.
Well, I think early in his career, he focused so much on making the right play, passing to the open guy. That was one of the biggest arguments for him. It's like, oh, you got to take this shot. You got to take this shot. I think he's become a better, more confident player in his jump shot and his ability in the shots that he wants. And I think that's what people are seeing, the clutchness now. That's what they're seeing. Early on in his career, he was trying to be a Magic Johnson, trying to be, I'm going to make the right play. I don't care if it's 30 seconds to go. If that man has an open shot, that's the right play. I think now he just feels more comfortable, in that moment.
Yeah, and here's the thing. A lot of you in your 20s and 30s didn't watch Michael Jordan. You didn't watch him. Michael came into the league as a ball hog. His teammate Orlando Woolridge couldn't stand him. He got a coach fired. Quentin Daly couldn't stand him. Nobody could stand playing with Michael. He was a ball hog. Phil Jackson came in, sat Michael Jordan down and said, Michael, what do you want to be? Want to score 60? You want to win games? You want to win games? You want to win championships? Or you want to be Michael Jordan, score 60? And so Michael went from just an absolute relentless ball hog who was not liked by teammates to understanding, about 25% of the time, I got to find a Pippen, got to find a Kerr, got to find a Jim Paxson. And Michael evolved to a 75-80-20 guy, which is I'm mostly going to take the shot, but I'm going to be less selfish. LeBron's got a different DNA. LeBron came into this league as too selfless, who needed to be more of an alpha and more selfish. And by the way, much like Michael, couldn't get past certain teams. Couldn't get past Boston. Michael couldn't get past the Pistons. Couldn't get past the Celtics. LeBron came into the league, couldn't get past the Celtics. And LeBron then, you know what, man? I'm not leaving it to other people. Sometimes I'm just going to take it over. And then LeBron, like Michael, evolved, was coachable, went against his natural sort of mindset in basketball. And now LeBron, like Michael, is a 75 to 80% I'll take the final shot and pass it. So what's really interesting in this Michael-LeBron debate, Michael had to be coached to pass. LeBron had to be coached to be the assassin and score and be selfish. But they both landed really at the same spot, that Michael overwhelmingly took the last shot and LeBron overwhelmingly takes the last shot. But that was a good basketball play last night, and it was the right move. I don't want to hear that LeBron's already got 2 buzzer beaters. That's double Kobe. This year, he's a closer, and he's clutch. In fact, he's the best player in the NBA. Right now, he's also the most clutch player. He is in the NBA. Joy and I return. Final hour. Antonio Daniels joining us. He's a hoot. He's next. It's The Hurt.